Many are called and few are chosen. Now let me give you a couple of things that are really interesting about this word. The word called comes from the same root word as the word that is used to describe the church or the called out ones. Did you know you're the called out ones? You've been called out of the world into Christ. So I'm not saying that that's exactly what this is, but I'm saying this is how words come to be used, and so it's very interesting. The word chosen, well, does anybody have any doubts as to who the chosen people are? Can we just say, okay, God chose Israel, that he would use Israel to bring salvation. So what Jesus does is Jesus brings his salvation to the many from the few. Okay? And so in this case, literally, historically, the chosen few was the whole nation of Israel. And this passage is actually a passage, so I'm saying it's not Calvinism. Now I'm saying what I just got through telling you is a little bit of information, but it's not enough. What I need you to do is walk right down into where he is and where what he's saying is, he's using it very differently because he's talking to a group of people. It is these people in front of him. The only way you can make sense of the few is to understand that Jesus is talking to a closed set, not a universal set. Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, Jesus is talking to the people in this room, nobody else. Because what's about to happen to Israel? God chose Israel, but they rejected God. The many that God called, in this case, was all of Israel. Jesus says, I've come to seek and save the lost sheep of Israel. That was all of Israel. It was scribes, Pharisees. It was also the prostitutes and the tax gatherers. It was all of them. They were the many who were called. The few that were chosen are those who will come to the wedding feast and wear the garment. Literally, they're those, Stephen, that your song is about. And literally, I'm working on this sermon until you're singing this morning, and I'm going, that's what I'm looking for. Go ahead. So do you understand it? If you universalize the text, you can't understand it at all because it won't fit. But the many who were called, read the parable. Jesus called to the wedding feast first that select ones, and then he called many others. And he applied it himself. Tax gatherers, prostitutes, scribes, Pharisees, all of them called, few chosen. And being chosen means cooperating with the call. Because God made us as creatures of response.